Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with,
Ready?
and the critters, of course, on this very cold, wintry mix type of a day. I don't even know what the temperature is. Cold.
Cold.
I know everybody. We shouldn't complain about it, though, because up the eastern shore is really, getting like, 14 below zero and more like, Wyoming type weather. Right now it is 42 degrees out. Let's see. Come on. 42 degrees, and that'll be as hot as it's going to get today. 42, but it feels like 34. And the low will get to 27. And then it's going to pretty much be that way. Wednesday will be our high point at 57. And then, like, Friday and Saturday is going to be super cold, too. It's going to be, like, the high Friday will be 28 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be snow. Not even, it's supposed to be a wintry mix Thursday. Friday and Saturday is supposed to be snow possible. So, yeah, it's wiener time. Hi, little girl. Okay, come here. Come here, I know. And then we got the Jellybean, who's right here, who needs her mom, right? You need your mom. You love your mom? Mm-hmm. You good girl. Oh, I know. You're such a good girl. All the time. Such a good girl, aren't you? Huh? The other day we took her, and I think I already told you guys, but she was talking to an elderly lady that got out of a car right next to us. She and I were waiting in a car while Brad went to get prescription. And she was talking to that lady and tilting her head and just being super cute. And the woman said she had such a sweet face. Right? Yes, there you go. There you go. You okay? She just wants to be held by her mom today, don't you? She's such a love bug. We're so blessed to have all the dogs and cats that we have. Yeah, that's right. We are. We are. You never know when there might be another animal out there that really needs you. And I know all of us pet owners have lost pets that just really break our hearts. But then you think, there's another baby out there, another dog, cat, or whatever you're into that needs your love, that needs to be rescued. I was heartbroken after I lost Missy. And I didn't get another dog for well over a year, about a year and a half. And then just all of a sudden it was like, we kind of toyed with it. We talked about it back and forth. And Brad said, whatever you want to do. And then I said, well, I don't think I want to. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, I want to. And, it's just this little baby who needed a mom, who needed a new mommy, who needed somebody to love her. Huh. She's a love bug. She really is. Brad said he's never seen a dog that loves me so much as this one. I mean, all my dogs love me, but this little girl, right?
Your lab is their home away from home.
I guess so.
Well,
right?
Can I add something, sweetie?
Sure.
That's you were talking about when we how hard it is when we have to
say goodbye to an animal.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times I thought I'm never doing this again.
You've even said that.
Yeah, and but then I look at how many animals that we gave such a wonderful life to. Because like
otherwise they might not have ever known it.
Yep, like Pat.
Yeah, Pat.
And
he's a dog that spent years and years and years in the Humane Society.
Yeah. And Maximus, I mean, but you look at Charlie. Charlie wouldn't be alive right now. Nixie wouldn't be alive right now.
No, they wouldn't. And you're so blessed when you get any kind of an animal because of what they give you. It just, there's no price you could ever put on it. It is priceless. I mean, the love that these animals give me, and, because we humans can be really cruel to each other and really horrible.
Yeah.
sadly. But animals, to me, they're unconditional love, and they just love you to death. And I mean, this little girl doesn't have to always be so loving toward me. She always is. She always just, and Charlie is just always really, like this morning, he was playing with me on the bed. Remember, hon?
Yep.
He was just, he gets Charlie when it's all about Charlie, and Charlie does the same thing that she does on the bed. It's a big difference. So, you know, when they do the happy dance, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
But,
and Charlie is the first animal that we've ever had that can move me around.
Yeah.
Physically, literally.
Yeah. And knock you down.
Yeah.
Right? What are you doing? Just looking outside? It's a cold day out there, isn't it?
Have you told them about when it's cold and we try to let her out?
She, because she's diapered and she's like, nope, goes the other way. Nope, I'm the baby. So it's like, okay, but yeah, I know. What are you doing that paw thing too? Oh, I know. Yes, 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 I know. Poor Jellybean. Are you a good girl? You want to go on the floor now?
Nope.
This way? Nope. Okay. She's like, nope, I don't. Anyway, I didn't come on here just to sit here so we could all look at Jellybean, even though you are very cute. I hadn't made a video in a couple of days, and I get why I kind of miss you guys, and with whatever I'm doing or not doing and stuff. Yesterday, we kind of did a rush, okay? And this is going to sound really surprising, and again, I'm going to apologize about thinking that people that are prepping are being stupid. Though I do think that there's some extremes. There's always some extremes on everything. But who am I to judge? But we ended up kind of having to scramble because we didn't realize. I had made mention of the trucking problem and the shortages. We didn't realize how severe it was getting. So, I mean, I needed to buy more toilet paper. I didn't go crazy or anything. And I wanted to get a bag of cat food for the cat because, again, I thought, oh, I'll get it in a couple of weeks. But from what they're saying, and I had a heck of a time getting cat food for her. In fact, I ended up getting a different formula. Same manufacturers of Friskies, but a different formula. I hope it'll be okay. I'll probably mix it. It's a dry. But, I mean, geez, you start to kind of really worry. And then again, I had not bought like cheeses and that kind of stuff because I thought in a couple weeks, you know. And then it's like when I was hearing about all the shortages and like chicken, if you can find chicken, you better grab some because it's really hard to come by. And it was. I ended up going with chicken hindquarters, which when I get done off of here and after I eat my broccoli, I need to divide those up. I ended up buying chicken hindquarters because that's what was available, or else I was going to pay $3.95 a pound for chicken thigh, bone in, skin on chicken thigh, $3.95 a pound, people. So this was still, it was $7.90 for 10 pounds, so that's 79 cents a pound. I will sit there and I'll divide it up and cut it up. I can do that. At that price, I mean, man, guys, I know y'all are feeling it too, but the prices of groceries just across the board is just like you can't believe it. So, and I hear that predictions are it's supposed to get even worse. We did put in a small order with Food Lion last night with the Instacart, and because I need to get eggs, I got some cheese, and I didn't go overboard. I got like a flat of eggs, and we probably should boil up some of those older ones, big. And some, a few bags of cheese, the 8-ounce bags, not the huge ones. A couple more things of yogurt and like bread and what, a few cans of pasta sauce,
Yep.
spaghetti sauce, and I think that's about it.
Crackers.
A box of crackers, which a box of crackers is double the price it used to be, and this is saltine, people. They used to be 99 cents. Now they're $1.99.
Bag of flour, too.
Oh, we got a bag of flour because we plan on doing more baking. I got oyster crackers because they were 95 cents a bag as opposed to the saltine. So, you know, if we plan on just hunkering down here and making do, we're not gonna even go out in a restaurant to eat because we want to be that safe. Their prediction right now is 80,000 people. It's not a prediction. The statistic is right now in North Carolina, 80,000 people have had or do have right now COVID. Isn't that something? That is frightening. That is frightening. So I'm not taking chances. You know, I'm hoping that they still are going to be able to do his surgery. They don't shut that down.
Yep.
You know, that's something that we're going to have to sit and kind of think about, hon.
I know.
Is it going to be safe right now, even if they say they can still do it, for you to have surgery?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's something I guess we're probably going to, you probably maybe start really researching and talk with your surgeon, and then I'm going to leave it up to you.
Okay.
But it is a concern. I mean, it's not an elective surgery really for Brad because of what he's walking on and stuff, but it is elective over him dying.
Yeah.
You know, so have to see what's going to go on.
You know what?
And also, if they're not going to have physical therapy up and running,
yeah,
after you have a surgery like that,
yeah,
I know. You see her little thing in top of it.
You know, and that's one of those things that I know I hate to break this to you, sweetie, but we're getting older.
What?
And I know, and our immune systems are not what they used to be.
I know. I know they're not, are they?
I used to be bulletproof when it came to bugs.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're just playing it safe. I would encourage any of you guys that can, and I know it's really hard if you don't have the extra money and, you know, to be able to stock up a bit, is that certainly very, very hard to do. And you don't want to go crazy either. You don't want to go buying cases and cases of stuff because then you don't leave enough for everybody else. You gotta. I mean, my thing is, I want to leave enough for everybody to have some. So, you know, we're just gonna make do. Oh, and I did order a couple boxes of cereal from Amazon. You know, could you think of those things? It's like, well, you know, I almost ordered some powdered milk, but I thought, well, no, I'll wait on that because we really hate. I mean, I only use powdered milk to cook with, and I started doing that years and years ago because you know if you have so much milk left, and if it's between your kids needing it or you want to put it in a recipe, then I would just use powdered milk, and it's the same. You know, right? Is that right?
Well, one of the things I like using powdered milk for is some of the bread dough recipes call for really heated up, almost boiling.
Right.
And if you heat up milk out of the fridge like that, I wonder is it going to start curdling or what?
Right. So it's nice, you know. And if you want to make your milk a little thicker, you just add a little bit more powdered milk. I mean, it's a nice alternative. It's a nice thing to keep on hand, especially if you are older and maybe you don't drink milk now. Maybe you cannot drink regular milk. You know, maybe you had to go to almond milk or coconut milk or any of those. And it's like, so this is a nice alternative, you know, to have on hand, right, for your cooking needs. So, another thing that I decided to do is I'm almost out of candles. And this is a big panic for me. And I don't really have the money to put out in buying a lot of jarred candles, which have gone up substantially in price too. They have gone up over $2 more a candle. I can't really justify that. And I'm talking about just buying the inexpensive ones from Walmart. Can I sit you down now? I know, but you'll be okay down here. Down here in the blanket right at my feet, hey? I know. But I mean, these are the type I buy. It's just the Better Homes and Gardens. And these used to run 450. Now they're 666. I like these because they're single wick. There's some shorter ones that have triple wick. I have one here that happens to be a eucalyptus. This is a great value one, and I really like it. But it's got triple wick. So guess what happened? It burns so fast. So it's burned, and it goes through it so fast. I like my candles not to go that fast. So I decided I'm going to go back to making candles. Some of you guys know, and a lot of you guys don't, that I used to have a candle making business, and I sold on eBay at that time. And this was way before the wax melt became so popular. It was at that time, it was only like Yankee and a couple of other big major candle manufacturers that even did the wax melts. So that was mainly what I sold was that. I sold a lot of votives. And I did some jarred candles. I didn't do that many jarred candles because of the weight of shipping and how hard it is to really safely ship glass candles. So, jarred candles. So, I did a lot of pillars. I did grubby muffins, grubby loaves, and it's a grubby primitive look where you're actually whipping that wax when it's still hot. And then you're forming it. And after you work with wax enough, your hands get kind of immune to the heat. Once it's starting to cool down, so you actually will form it. And so I would make it look like a frosted cupcake. You know, and sometimes I'd add even real spices if it was say it was a cinnamon apple, so I'd add some cinnamon on top. And really decorate them. Uh, and I miss doing that. I love making the grubby loaves and the grubby muffins, definitely. And so I would like to get back into doing that. I may sell a few of the candles. I'm not certain. If I do, it'll probably just be to some of my friends that might want to have a few of my candles around. I've had people buy them just for decoration because they they were highly scented, but they were like, oh, they're too pretty to burn. So we'll see. It's a different it's a different ballpark. I used to be able to put 12 dozen, and I did baker's dozens of we always call them tars, wax melts in a large priority prepared prepaid priority box, flat shipping. And that was really great. That time I could offer the flat shipping, and I can put this many in, a box and stuff, and that worked out well. Or I knew a certain size box I could hold so many votives. So we'll see on that. I'm not going to sell wax melts again. I don't think it's just very price effective because you can buy the big things of the wax melts for $2 still. Sometimes a little bit higher. I watch for the sales at Walmart when they have their wax melts, and then sometimes they'll knock it down now to like $8.50 for 5 of them instead of it being the flat $10. So I'll do that. And yeah, I have 5 of the same scent, but I don't care. Half are going out here and half are going in the bedroom. So, and I always extend that by using some essential oils anyway. So, yeah, but I'm going to take you guys along the ride while I'm making the candles and the grubby muffins and stuff. I'm going to do some grubby um, uh, muffins. I'm going to do some grubby jarred candles, which are fun to do. Another thing I love about, I don't want to get too going into it, and I don't really have the crumbles right now, but you can take, when I did poured a lot, I always had what's called crumbles, little pieces of wax that fall off of your molds and stuff. I would save all those. And then I would, every couple of months, I would have a big sale. bags and bags of these crumbles, and man, people would just go crazy over those.
Yeah.
Then I started adding them, like when I'm making a grubby muffin or whatever, and if I had a whole bag of, again, like apple cinnamon, and I want to do maybe, say, a hazelnut or something grubby muffin, I would throw those in, and that what it does is add more texture, which makes, because on a grubby muffin, if you're going to do the whipped effect, you're either going to use an electric mixer or you're going to use a fork or a handheld egg beater, and you're going to have to go like crazy because what you're doing is cooling that wax off, but you're whipping it, so it's expanding, and but you have to work pretty fast. So when you throw those crumbles in there, it gives a little bit more texture. You can do it a little faster, and it gives it a nice smell. I like to do layered candles too, different scents that all go together. So I'm gonna take you guys on that and show you guys how it's done. And you're gonna have to bear with me because I haven't made candles consistently for how long now?
Oh man, it's
17 years or so.
probably.
Yeah, it's about 17 years or so. So I'm a little rusty here. In fact, I even bought a wax melter this time. I used to use crock pots, and because I would go through that much, so I just bought a little wax melter. It's got a little spout and stuff, so I can just do that on the kitchen table and make my jarred candles and make my grubby muffins or whatever. I'm gonna take me a long time. I'm looking for cheap or free molds of any type and jars and that kind of. So if you guys have extra candle making stuff sitting around, send it my way. I'll send you back some candles that at a discount price or whatever as a thank you, depending on what you send. But yeah, because I don't have all the different molds I used to have, and I would love to have some pillar molds. I would love to have um, and I'm not gonna do the wax melts like I used to. I used to put them all in those silver, like the little mini tart. Yeah, I used to put them all in that. We got good at popping them out, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I'd pour. I'd do a double pour, so one half of the whole table was like one flavor, and then another flavor on the other half, and then I'd have to kind of stick a piece of paper so I knew which was which. And then I would open up the door or the window, and I would turn the fan on, blast, shut the door to start cooling it off, and then we'd go in a little bit later and we'd stand there side by side, popping all those uh, tarts out of those wax molds, and
Yeah.
then bagging up. We got good at bagging and shipping.
Yes, we did.
We were lethal with those tape guns for a while, man. You know, we were. It was a heck of a business, guys. I am always will feel very proud of that because I took that from I started 6 weeks before 9/11 hit and wasn't selling wax. I wasn't doing candles at all. Never done any candles, and I started out doing seamstress work, and I started out doing lap quilts, wall hangings, um, uh, placemats, oven mitts, that kind of stuff. Pillows, sold a lot. Then I started making candles in that interim, and for a while I did both. Yeah, the candle business was just getting started, and you got to build up a reputation. And I still had some of the sewing, but like with sewing stuff, people are only going to need so many placemats, pillows, wall hanging. So you want to, if you're going to do business, if you can, do something that is something that needs to be renewed. Now, people don't have to buy more wax melts, don't have to buy more candles unless they're using them all the time, like I do. Um, but it's something that, especially around the holidays and stuff, everybody usually wants, and they make good gifts. So I, the candle business really started picking up pretty fast. So I ended up just kind of shutting down I couldn't do both. So I shut down the sewing part and I just focused primarily on the candles. And man, I had two crock pots, great big ones, side by side. And I was I was a working fool, huh?
Yeah.
But the sad thing was is I didn't put limits on it. And at that time, we really needed the money. We had 2 teenagers and stuff in the house, and then after that, I had newborn granddaughter and everything in the house. So, but I ended up working all the time, and I should have taken some time off. But
Yeah.
I poured to order. So if you ordered a dozen of cherry tarts, most likely I don't have those poured, or I just poured them a day or two before. And so I'm gonna pour again. And I had a fast turnaround. I mean, I would ship it within a day or two. 3 if it was during peak holiday season. But so it was fun though.
You remember the poor UPS guy, because you'd order wax and you'd order like
I
four or
talked
five.
about that before. I'd ordered pallets of wax, and I used to order from Pikes Peak. And this is all before the shipping prices so massively went up and stuff. And so yeah, that poor UPS, but he was always great about it. And of course, I would come out and help him, and he'd go, "Oh no, you don't have to help me unload it." Yeah, I do. And two, there for a long time, he was used to me ordering the giant rolls, bats of um, oh,
Polyfill or
polyfill. It wasn't really polyfill. It was a higher grade than that. But yeah, he was used to me ordering great big, giant industrial rolls of that stuff. And I would go through it. So yeah. And then the USPS guy, because I always had a lot of packages coming in. I ordered a lot of priority boxes, tape and stuff. So he got a point where he just called me and said, "Hey, you got a pretty big load here." And if he couldn't get a hold of me, him and his wife just stopped by the house and just put it in the driveway. So I would leave them candles and stuff in the mailbox. It was one of the cluster boxes, locations, and so I would leave with a note and stuff. They seem to like that.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about taking you guys on the journey and showing you guys something that's another thing I'm passionate about. You probably guys think all she does is sit around and create stuff. Yeah, that's just how my mind is geared. I always like to be doing. I always like to be creating. I always am thinking about stuff like that. I'll see something even for sale, and I'm like, could I make that? And it's like, yeah, it's like I'm getting ready to make another wreath and stuff. Uh, um, Easter one, springtime one. I'm actually kind of waiting because we're gonna go to Nashville on Thursday to get our booster shot, and uh, I like their Dollar Tree down there better, so I might stop in because I wanted to get a little bit of cleaning product, and then I also wanted to see what kind of spring and Easter stuff they had there that I could put on a wreath, for decoration. And then I'm going to have to order some Easter ribbon. I don't have any ribbon that would work for that. Don't have any of the right colors. I think I have every other color, but yeah, I don't have any pastels or anything. I'll have to see what they have. So anyway, I'm excited about that. We're not doing anything really today. It's Martin Luther King Day. So we're just kind of hanging out, watching TV. I said I got to divide up that chicken. You know, what were we having tonight for dinner, sweetie? Have we gotten it out?
We were using the chili, making chili.
Oh, okay. So I'll leave out chicken to cook tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah. So couldn't remember what we were having. So, um, you know, and you know, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Shiny object. Like, but yeah, that's what we got going on. I'm excited for that. I really debated because it's like I have so much craft stuff, and it's like, do I really have room for candle stuff? And it's like, well, I'm not going to go into major operation like I did before, and I sold all that stuff before I moved. But yeah, I'm gonna make do. And I went with soy flake wax this time instead of the paraffin because soy is better for the environment. I don't like working with it as much because it is a softer wax. Now you can mix those two waxes together. I've done that before. That makes a pretty nice blend. If you use the paraffin wax and you use some soy wax, you can do it half and half. Or I've even done it like, 2/3 paraffin and a third soy, because the soy wax is a little more expensive. Um, but I don't know if I've ever seen paraffin flakes, which is much easier to work with. I used to buy the great big, huge blocks, and then I'd have to take a hammer. Remember?
Yes.
You used to go in a lot of times and hammer a bunch for me.
Yeah. Well, and I remember
Yep.
is all the kitchenware that ended up in the tart
I
room.
was just gonna say, and your hammer. He'd
Yep.
he'd walk into there and he'd go, "There's my sledgehammer. There's my hammer. There's the spatula. There's the big spoons. I mean, 'cause yeah, you take the big meat forks are great for making the whipped um uh wax for your grubby candles and stuff. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, grubby primitive, type that into like eBay or Etsy or any of that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, you know, but yeah, you'd be like, there's all, because you do end up using like the ladle, and we had taken in camping and stuff an old percolator, you know, on the fire coffee pot, and I used that for pouring for a long time. So, you know, it's good. So you guys start saving your candle leavings, the little bit left in your jarred candle or whatever. Chop it up or whatever, because you're going to use it. You can remelt it. We're going to go on a journey on how to make your own candles. You're going to be lucky, because I've had over the years a lot of people ask me to teach them how to make candles, and I never have done it, because at that point in time when you're selling, you really don't want to give away your secrets.
Yep.
So, and while I'm not going to buy all the additives and stuff I used to for candles, we're just doing the basic use at home type candle. So, but if you guys are interested in stuff, you can watch. Even if you're not ready to do it now and you're thinking next fall, put it in your saved list or whatever. But it'll be fun, and I enjoy showing you guys this stuff. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. You have anything to say? No?
No.
Brad's not working on anything right now because, quite frankly, it's very hard for him to get his equipment outside, and he's in enough pain right now, and it is so cold and wet out that, yeah, he is going to get his rock tumbling going, and he's got a lot of rocks that he wants to tumble, some that I bought for him that he wants to tumble, and that'll be nice. Still working on the third bedroom, and, you know, dealing with Brad's pain issue is a bitch. He's in more and more pain all the time, like everybody is. It needs a major hip replacement. You know, and with the chronic back problem. So, we've been trying different combinations of therapy and of different pain reliever combinations. Like sometimes taking even ibuprofen instead of a leave, or taking maybe ibuprofen and taking then his muscle relaxer like, an hour later, just kind of staging stuff more. So, you know, doing the best we can.
Well, all that stuff, it always changes. It seems like,
Yeah.
because for a while there, the one script that she gives seems to work really well, and then a month later it's really achy.
Well,
and
your
not
body
working.
starts to kind of get immune to all that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So, anyway, we're dealing with that, but we're doing it. Um, and my leg and stuff is much, much, much better. So, knock on wood on that. My doctor was, last time that she made an appointment, it was like it was going to be 4 months in between. She goes, I'm going to let you go 4 months between seeing me. She was kind of kidding me because, it was like releasing her child out into into the wild. It's like 4 months.
Yep. Cut
It's
the
like,
apron strings.
she's like, we'll see if you could go that long. She goes, I have a feeling you might not be able to, but I'm knocking it out so far. So,
yeah, you're doing really well.
So
with that.
you like my cowboy hat? This is just a very cheap, inexpensive prop because I have to go over and make my TikTok. Guys haven't followed me on TikTok. My name is below, and just put it all one. There's no spaces, just Teresa Heidi, and I have over 6,000 followers over there. What? Isn't that crazy?
That is remarkable.
I don't know why. I just do these comical ones, but I wanted to get me a cowboy hat because a lot of times I like to do it if my hair's not, it's kind of looking wrecked on top, because it probably is. Yeah, see, I still need to color this. So, yeah, I still got the tag on that. I should move this around, do me a mini pearl, you know. But, so yeah, it's way too big for me back here, just for props. So yeah, go over there and check me out, man. Have some fun. It's some fun stuff, guys. It really is. It makes you go through all the effects and depends on what kind of song you're doing. It's a lot of fun. A good group of people over there too. And if you're doing any kind of craft stuff, type in whatever kind of craft stuff it is. And there are people making their short little videos like crazy. Like I was so excited the other night, loom knitting. There's all these other new stitches and stuff that different people are showing. I'm like, I that's all Brad heard of the next day, huh?
Yep.
I mean, I don't go into detail. I try not to bore him too much. But that's like my whole life, man. It's just doing crafts. I don't know. It's when you get everything taken away from you, and then when you're disabled and stuff, you cling on to what you know you still can do, and still makes you feel worthwhile. So that's what it is. And being an introvert, of course, I'm gonna be into different stuff. So, right?
Right.
So anyway, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much, and I hope that you're going to make the best out of this day no matter what. Yeah, we're all kind of basically in lockdown, and that's okay though. We're all going to get through this together.
Yep.
And for any of you that have the big COVID, or you have family members or friends that do, we're sending out healing thoughts because that's really hard. So, anyway, love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. Stay safe out there. If you're going out there, please stay safe. I know you're tired of wearing the mask, but a ventilator is even more troublesome.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. So, you got anything to say?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
All right. Well, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.